Hi, hello. Welcome to all of you for my next session on high school chemistry. In the last session, I have discussed about the physical properties, particularly significant figures I have discussed. Also, I have given the introduction about the matter and all these things. And in this session, I would like to tell classifying matter and its changes. So, this session is completely based on classification of matter. Classification of matter as well as on its changes. So, once you know how to classify the matter, you will come to know that how it will get interchanged. Okay. Do you know what is a matter? So matter is nothing but made up of particles. It will occupy space, it has mass, everything. And in this, matter is said to be constantly changing. That means one form to another form. Suppose plants are there. Plants grow by converting matter from the soil and the air into matter they can use. So, this is one example. Not only that one, water falls from the sky, evaporates and condenses again to form liquid water in a never-ending cycle. That is one example of the change taken place in matter. You can probably suggest many more examples of matter changes. So, how matter getting changed? So, matter changes in response to changes in energy. That means energy changes, matter change occurs. Adding energy to the matter or removing energy from the matter results its changes. This is most important point under our discussion. Suppose if you take a particular substance called as solid. This is solid. And another we'll call matter that is in liquid state. Another one which is in gaseous form. Gaseous state is there. This is solid state, this is liquid state, this is gaseous state. What will happen when you apply energy? That means if you add energy to the solid, that means when you add energy to the solid, solid converts into liquid. When you add energy to the liquid, liquid further converts into gas. That means from solid to gas, what will happen? Adding energy, matter changing will be observed. So you will add energy to the solid, solid can be converted into liquid, or the liquid can be converted into gas. Suppose if you remove the energy from the gas, gas will convert into liquid, liquid will convert into solid. That means it is in opposite direction. This is called as removing energy. Removing energy, we can get this type of matter changes. So what you understand from this one is like all matter, we have a very simple example is there, water is there. Water can change its state when energy is added or removed. This is one simple example. This water case is simple example. Water, ice, liquid water, gaseous water, vapor. So like this many examples we can learn. Now, physical and chemical changes in matter, how takes place? So this is a simple physical change. That means a change of state alters the appearance of the matter also. So the competition of matter remains The composition of matter remains actually the same, however, regardless of its state. For example, if you take ice, just now I told water, okay, water vapor, steam, water vapor is nothing but steam. Then what happens? Ice, liquid water, water vapor, all have same kind of matter. Water melting and boiling, other kinds of matter have same result. See, ice, water, water vapor, how changes means the appearance is different. Other physical properties are changes, but matter retains identity and its composition same. So this is formula H2O, its formula H2O, its formula also H2O. So what we observed here is what is the change we observed is physical change, but there is no change in the composition. So different kind of change involving in water that we can observe experimentally also. Another thing, electrical energy is there that is passed through water causing its decomposition. So when you pass current, that means electrical energy if you pass, it decomposes to hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen and oxygen. What will happens? Completely different kind of matter results from this process. So hydrogen gas and oxygen gas have physical and chemical properties that are different from that of water. So therefore decomposing water is a change that affects the composition of water, and that change alters the composition of matter called as chemical change. This is called as chemical change. But this is called as, above one we discussed ice, water, vapor and all these things. This is called as physical change. Understand how matter is changing. Matter is changing on the basis of two different things. One is physical change, one is chemical change. We have discussed about many general examples also in the last session, that is iron rusting and wood burning and bread baking. All three examples are chemical changes. Iron rusting, wood burning, bread baking. These are three very simple daily live examples we have. They comes under chemical changes. You learned about physical and chemical properties earlier in this chapter only. The physical change results the change in the physical properties. The chemical change results in the change in both physical and chemical properties. See, what is the difference between physical change and chemical change? In a physical change, physical properties differs. Once a chemical change occurs, matter, chemical properties as well as physical properties both will get affected. That is the most important point to be noticed. So many things are there that comes under this physical and chemical changes. Now we will see classifying the matter. How we will classify the matter, we will see. See, all matter can be classified into two groups, mixtures and pure substances. Mixtures and pure substances. Mixtures and pure substances. A mixture is nothing but a physical combination of two or more kinds of matter. So it is nothing but a physical combination of two or more kinds of matter. This is, in this one we have two or more two or more matter kinds will be there. Two or more kinds of matter is there. Okay, you can also write two or more kinds of matter. Forms mixture. We have soil is a mixture of sand and clay, salt, and decomposed leaves the animal bodies. Leaves and animal bodies. So this is one example. So general live examples I am telling. If you look at a soil under the magnifying glass, you can see these different components. What are the different components? Leaves, soil, sand, clay, salt, leaves, animal bodies. All will be observed when you see using magnifying glass. That is one experiment to understand how matter can be, mixture can be formed by the combination of two or more kinds of matter. Let us see. The components in a mixture can occur different proportions, relative quantities are there, proportions of relative quantities are there, like that different proportions are there, means different kinds of matter, different kinds of proportions forms a mixture. That is the meaning of it. So each individual component remains its identity. Like we said earlier, like water is there. Water is a mixture of hydrogen and oxygen. Is an example. So oxygen identity is different. Hydrogen identity is different. And moving on to the another thing, we have mixture is not only one kind. This can also be further classified into different types. That is heterogeneous mixture and homogeneous mixture. So this can be classified into heterogeneous. This is heterogeneous, homogeneous mixtures. So mixture is further classified. In this classification, we'll say that different components are clearly visible, then they are heterogeneous mixture. Hetero means different. So mixture is which components are blended together so well that mixture is looks like just one substance. So homogeneous mixture is different, heterogeneous mixture is different. It is very clear from the name itself we can tell what kind of mixture that is. And once we see, we can able to see two or more components, that is heterogeneous. If all the different kinds of mixtures also, this matter is also converted into a single phase, that is called as homogeneous mixture. We have a very simple example. Salt water is there, clean air is there, and grape juice are there. Common examples of this type of homogeneous mixtures. All the solutions are like that only. Solution when you prepare in the lab, that is also called as homogeneous mixture. When it comes to pure substances that has a definite composition, this is different. These are different. They are pure substances, and these pure substances are said to be further classified into different categories. But not like mixtures, we can only classify this into an element. That means pure substances are classified into elements and compounds. Here we have so many matters are there, but here we have only two things. The one is called as element, the another one is called as compound. So pure substances also classified, but the thing is nothing but here all are same type of particles. That means we can separate the heterogeneous mixture, but we can't separate the pure substances like elements and all. So an element, pure substance, cannot be separated chemically into any simpler substances. For example, copper is there, an element. Zinc is there, an element. Hydrogen, copper, zinc, oxygen, nitrogen, carbon. These all comes under this category of elements when they are in pure state, uncombined state. A compound is nothing but a pure substance, but that results when two or more elements combines chemically to form different substances. So this is a mixture of elements. This is the purest form of the substance. So substance, when it is in pure form containing same type of particles or atoms or molecules, then that is called as element. But compound is different. The compound is obtained by the combination of elements that contains different types of atoms in that one. So a compound is a pure substance that results when two or more elements combines chemically to form different substance. Compounds can be broken down into elements using chemical process. So if you do a chemical process, you can break down the compound into elements. Compound can be break down into elements. Okay, we have an example. Carbon dioxide is there. Carbon dioxide is a compound, can be separated into element carbon and oxygen, like CO2 can be separated to C plus O2, like this. So this is a chemical process indicating that breakdown of compound chemical process leads to the formation of elements. So the concept organizer, whatever the concept is, the classification of matter, if you see the glance, the thought clap reinforces your understanding properties, mixtures and separation of substance. So this is a laboratory technique you can use. So what is the word? That is, the word pure can be used to mean different things. In ordinary conversion, you might say that orange juice is pure if no other materials have been added to it, then only it is pure. How is this meaning of pure different from the scientific meaning of the term pure substance? Nothing but this is related to purity without the combination of any other matter. Okay. So just now we have observed the concept of map, that is matter, that is anything that has mass and volume, and matter is found in three physical states: solid, liquid and gas. This matter is also called as mixture. The physical combination of matter, which is each component retains its identity in the matter. Heterogeneous mixture is there, homogeneous mixture is there. The heterogeneous mixture, in which mechanical mixture is there, that is nothing but all components are visible in this heterogeneous mixture. Whereas in homogeneous mixture, what will happen? The solutions also there, components are blended so that it looks like a single substance, single phase. That is what we will call it as homogeneous mixture. Once the physical changes occurred, then pure substances are also said to be classified. The matter that has a different composition, that is called as pure substance. Element is nothing but that cannot be decomposed into simpler substances, purest form. And chemical change, if you do for a chemical compound, then automatically compounds can be converted into elements. So the matter in which two or more elements are chemically combined, that is called as compound. Okay, so we will go ahead in this concept with this type of things. So you can refer the different kinds of applications to understand this homogeneous mixture and heterogeneous mixture. We will go with the review also in the coming classes. Thank you.